instructed Ashpenaz, the master of the eunuchs, to bring. Now mark that word eunuch, meaning that there are offices you cannot walk in if you are too engaged in marriage. You know who a eunuch is, right? Somebody who has dedicated himself to a cause with a sacrifice, not to get emotionally entangled with anybody. So they are castrated. It is either they are directly castrated, by that I mean their genitals are off, or they go and operate them to remove anything that can make them produce seed. In fact, some of you will believe, if you ever read the story of the Spartans, that was their prize. You will have to fight, but with the condition that you will not bear children. That's why some of them have strength. When you castrate a dog, sometimes it gets bigger. The strength goes somewhere else. The energy is rechanneled. So the king knows that if I'm keeping the most beautiful women with this man, anything can happen. So in order to ensure that nothing happens, and that time it was total ostracization. They will cut your genitals. It's as simple as that. If men can do that, if you know what Paul said, he said there are men who became eunuchs for the sake of the gospel. For example, reverend fathers, that they decided, how can you see a fine man like this? Some of you say he went to waste. What a waste. It means purpose is stronger. Some of you think productivity is just by your seed in children. Anything you give up for a greater purpose, if that purpose is materialized, it becomes your baby, becomes your seed. That's why even Jesus gave up his life. All of us are in fact, that one has more effect than the ones that come by blood. Hope you know that in the old times, bloodline inheritance did not matter as much as adoption. Meaning I can give birth to 5 children. They are not my heirs. I will have to choose a day and name my heir. And do you know, I can name a vagabond my heir, and he has more authority than my children in the house. That's why the Bible talks about adoption. It's not a casual word. That we have more ground than the Israelites in the gospel. Yeah. So you see what he said here? Eunuchs. If men could decide not to give birth to children to serve an earthly king, how much more God? Some of us think it's something surprising. Men of God have not married. This one, that's your business. In kingdom as advancement, purpose is greater. I've heard people say, when it comes to ministry, it's your wife first, then God's assignment. I'm sorry, it's a lie. It's you that did not marry somebody that understands that kingdom is first. But listen,